really began to plan it out rather meticulously. And at some point, um, the notion that I have three children at this particular time, and those kids have not had a good father. I may have provided a lot of material things for them. I may have given them some things that, you know, and I loved them very much, and they may or may not have known that. But I wasn't a very good father. And the night of my second arrest, my then youngest daughter also was arrested for underage drinking, which I think was God's way of making me recognize where I had failed and where I was short. And I really made the fundamental decision that I had time, and I had to stop being so selfish, that I had time to go back and make amends and make that right, and start being a good father and a good power of example to those kids. And, you know, that's, I then decided that I would seek whatever this thing recovery was that was involved with people getting sober. I would seek that, at least because I had had a taste of it 10 years earlier, and I would try to figure out what that was all about.
So, tell me how it is since you got sober.
Well, I went to a rehab that gave me an inpatient rehab that gave me a lot of experience and educational information. You know, here I am, an attorney who had been a member of Congress, and I'm in my 50s, and I'm being educated as to what alcoholism is and all of those things that I never, frankly, I thought I knew, but I knew nothing about. It's been 2.5 years, and I can't say that it's rosy every day, but I can say that I have a better sense of who I am. I can say that through my experience, strength, and hope, I know that I can't run everything. I know that I can't fulfill and chase my wants, that I have to do other things, that there's a bigger meaning to life, and that I ought to pursue that bigger meaning in life. I know that I have to accept the fact that I really, if John is left to John's own, and thinking of John, I will do selfish, reckless things that will lead to my death and will hurt the people around me that I love very much. And as tough as things may ever get, and there's wreckage from the past, there's relationships to be healed, there's financial challenges to be met, whatever they are, they're part of life. I created most of them through my alcoholism and with my disease, and the only shot I got is to try to work a program of recovery, to try to get myself to a better place, helping other people who are like me, and also being around people who are like me.
So, what would be your message to the still out there sick and suffering addict or alcoholic, be it a congressman, be it a bus driver, be it the mailman, be it someone's father, someone's son? What would be your message out there to someone still sick and suffering?
I used to sit at a bar stool at my favorite place and have this conversation with myself. The conversation was basically, I don't know why everybody's mad at me, or I don't know why everybody's so detached from me, or I don't know why I feel so damn awful and sad and sick. I'm not hurting anybody. This is the only relief I get. This is the only way I feel good. This is the only time I don't feel tension. This is the only time, for that brief period of time, that I remember the buzz, that I don't feel like I'm hurting. And I came to recognize and realize that I was hurting everybody else around me, and most importantly, I was hurting myself. And what I've come to understand is that clarity, that moment of clarity, or those moments of clarity that come, revolve around the idea that I was never being really honest with myself about what my behavior was or what I was doing to myself in my using. And if you told me 2.5 years ago that I wouldn't have to ever pick up another drink, or I wouldn't have to smoke another joint, or I wouldn't have to do any other substance, take pills, snort coke, whatever, I would have told you you're crazy, because I couldn't survive then. And I had worked myself to the point that I was both physically dependent on it and mentally dependent on it. And I would have told you that there's just no damn way. I'll die first. And I was willing to die first. Um, and I now recognize, as part of this honesty with myself, that was probably the most selfish thing that I was willing to do. And that once I sought help and got myself around and surrendered myself to the words and the thoughts and the ideas and the experiences of other people who have been through what I've been through, some of them way worse than anything I ever experienced. Once I really understood that and surrendered to that and listened to that, that I could find peace and serenity, I could do without using, and I could start building a life that I really had hoped to be able to build all my life.